Hey guys, welcome to another episode of The Shop. Today we are testing a new welder. It's a flux core welder. It was sent to me by Sefaspe. It is a MIG 135E. I suck at opening boxes, as you see. So we're going to dig into this and see what's all in this package. I just had to make sure it was in there whenever I got it. So let's look at it. So this is the Sefaspe 135E. It has a button for MIG, which is flux core, and then lift TIG and stick. So it can do those things pretty easily. The one feature I've already seen that I like about this is when you open up this side over here, this is not a screw-on. It is a simple push, turn, release. I like that because you can't over tighten it. It just holds the spool in there whenever you need it. So far, I can tell you this thing is very light, very small and compact. So as a flux core welder, if you need something in your little shop or garage or whatever, because you're just putting stuff together here and there, I'm going to probably say that this is probably one of the best bets you can possibly get for the size of the 135E. The 135 stands for amperage. So it does 135 amps in stick, lift TIG, and flux core MIG. So let's set this up and see what we can do with it. All right, so we got it plugged up to an extension cord now. A big extension cord, don't do with a little small one. Get your on-off switch back here. You got all your different percentages and everything else. It puts out about 60% duty cycle. When you're doing MIG, it'll do 30 to 130 amps. When you're doing TIG, it will do 30 to 100, and when you do stick, it'll do 30 to 100 amps. So, and that's all at duty cycle of 60%. So let's turn this thing on. Got everything on. It's at 24 right now. Goes all the way up to 134. All right, so the paper is a little bit different than what the machine actually does. All right, so we got that. This controls your speed as well as your amperage. So right now we need to get our wire all the way out. So let's see if we can do that. Triple, move slow, then. All right. So if you've ever or not worked with a flux core slash small DC welder, this is a negative to positive. So your trigger or your gun or whip, as you call it, does a negative polarity as your ground does a positive polarity. That's the way it works. So you burn it in like that. We got a piece of metal right here that I've been playing around with a lot of stuff. I'm going to clean it up real quick, and we are going to throw a couple beads on it. And it's not going to be at 135. It'll probably be around, let's do 75. 27, 75, somewhere. There you go, right there. 75. We're going to try that out. When you're going to be welding of any sort, you need to have a shield. You can have it automatic or not. Automatic normally helps out towards seeing stuff, and a good pair of gloves. You should also wear sleeves. Don't be like me. I don't like wearing sleeves a lot, and I'm not going to be doing this very long, so wear sleeves, especially if you're going to be doing it for a long time. You don't want to get a really bad sunburn because your skin starts coming off, and it'll cause cancer after a while. So let's get into this and see what 75 amps on this little MIG welder can do. Alright, so 75 amps did pretty good, if you can see that. Flux core is not a bad thing. You can use it for just about anything. I use mine a lot outdoors because of wind and everything else, and I don't feel like carrying a bottle around. So that's what I use it for. You can see it went through the 14 gauge really well right here. So we got a lot of good penetration just in that metal alone. It does have a lot of splatter, and you see the little mist of white residue. So that's from the flux. So we'll just take a wire brush and we'll just clean this off real quick. Alright, so you see all that looks really good right there. The only downside is you have all these little splatter marks right there, but there is anti-splatter spray and a nozzle gel you can use to not have splatter get all in your nozzle. But as of spray, you can spray the area you don't want to splatter on and then weld through it. So that looks really good for right out the box 75 amps on a 14 gauge piece of steel. So I really enjoy that. So this is a nice little welder that you could use in your garage or your shop, like I said, depending on what whatever you do. What I do here is I play around with a lot of different welders. I have flux core, I have MIG, I have lift TIG, I have industrial machines, I have all the way down to Harbor Freight specials. So we're going to work our way through all these different machines one day on my other channel, 251 Designs, and we're going to go and do comparisons on multiple machines, because I've got 3 machines right now that I use flux core with every now and again, and I'll probably have a 4th soon. But I've also got 3 different plasma cutters that I like to use, and I'll need to compare them as well. So if you like this style stuff and you're looking for a welder in the range of cheap and small and works very well, which you can use in multiple different scenarios. I don't have any stick right now, so I can't really stick weld. As you see, it came with a stinger for it right here, brand spanking new, good feel to it, hard plastic, Sefaspe. I like it. Thank you for sending one out to me and letting me check it out. Like I said, it is a 135, so I'm not sure the thickest metal you can do. We'll do a comparison with that on my other channel. But as a 14 gauge, and 14 gauge is pretty thick, so you're going to compare that. 14 gauge is almost close to, what is that, 1/8. So it's very close to 1/8, and that's pretty thick. So at 75 amps, and as you saw, I did 1 bead, let it cool down. You do another bead like that and continue doing stuff like that, you can really do some damage on work that you want to do. So I want to thank you for joining to another episode of The Shop. Check out the link in the description below. Check out my other channel, 251 Designs. Give me a like and a subscribe if you might be purchasing one of these. Give me a comment if you don't and you're looking for something more. We can discuss it, and I might can get it on the channel. So thanks again, and until next time.